for Nikki Lauye. Nikki, come and take your smoke. Does not belong to me. Please, a big round of applause for the talented Nikki Lauye.
I was hoping that you could try something for me, actually.
Try something.
You know, the way she sang, how do you do something like that?
Sometimes but have a strength. God's body. So Ashwaj Bola met a special right. MD, is it stepping aside or stepping down? Which of the two? Okay, stepping down. Because she doesn't intend to return to Inside Out as a program. Okay.
Hosting a show like Inside Out is a privilege. And God could have used anybody, but he chose me. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Because what Inside Out has taught me, I couldn't have learned from any school or any other situation. I have had the opportunity to mingle with both the high and the low, to hear things and see things that I would never have imagined possible. I have had the opportunity. I don't think it's possible. I mean, if he was a blood relative, he couldn't have been more supportive. Everything you said, this person is doing, and he always listened. He saw value in the program. He saw the potential. It changes your person. It makes you realize that there is more to life, such that if I want to spend more than 10,000 naira on anything that is material, I start to think, this is somebody's school fees. It makes you repent so much. I have learned a lot. I have met around the room today and see the goodwill I've been.
The song of Davido to life. 30 billion for your account. No, don't let me sing. Could be awful. Your Excellencies, Dwaga, there's a big round of applause. One man started off what has become different comedy shows in Nigeria. By the way, I almost got into trouble. Now, today it is Dr.
The way people they run enter church matter now, you go clear for your eye. Imagine pastor, you go enter church. Nothing, just enter church, sit down. Hey, wait till they cause quarrel. Some people. Young money boy, it's like 9.9 show up. Let me tell 9.9 show up. Saladam come, shabby dada. Saladam come, shabby dada. Saladam come, shabby dada. Young money boys they kala. Young money boys they kala. Just smart on the miss tubu. Just smart on the miss tubu. Posere le mimi no de boda. 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 Can you chairman? I said nobody bad. Zamui, Baba Mary. Zamui, 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 Baba Mary. King of boys, I'm a hunter. King of boys, I'm a hunter. King of boys, I'm a hunter. Vision no mercy, Oko Shukura. Jah bless, Kabla money. Jah bless, Kabla money. Jack on the nigga, no fun. Jack on the nigga, no fun. Jack on the nigga, no fun. I dance Baba, Jack on the Boko Haram. Yusufkistan, Babalia. Yusufkistan, Babalia. Yusufkistan, 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 Babalia. I met Santo gonna get the money. I met Santo gonna get the money. Zemo one boy, Prince of 99.9. Masuru foreign tele oko ese. Masuru foreign tele oko ese. Masuru foreign tele oko ese. Arabasta oko baraka. Arabasta oko baraka. Arabasta oko baraka. Sadiq poison, adje gujeno. Sadiq poison, adje gujeno. Schoolboy foreign money shoke. Schoolboy foreign money shoke. It's my body big inji. It's my body. It's my body. It's my body big inji. I want anything with the mente. I want anything with the mente. We come the dance all arena. We come the dance all arena. I want everything is Sarah. We say get to foreign money. Upon the family. That way. Everybody want to be a level 6. 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 Yes, that is going to my name 6. Yes, that is going to my name
name is 6. Yes, that is the reason my name is 6. Explanation, me don't give a shit. Explanation, me don't give a shit. Explanation, me don't give a shit. Revelation to Dennis, I'm on no. Revelation to Dennis, I'm on no time. Already be here, this man no time. Already be here. This kind of physics where they worry everywhere. This kind of physics where they worry everywhere. Young money boys, it's like a la jala. Young money boys, it's like a la jala. Every time 9.9 show up. Every time 9.9 show up. Every time 9.9 show up. Salajam come, shebi dadan. Salajam come, shebi dadan. Salajam come, shebi dadan. Salajam come, shebi dadan. Young money boys, they kala. Young money boys, they kala. Just smart on the miss too good. Just smart on the miss too good. Consider the mimi no the border. Consider the mimi no the border. See the people know me now, man I do illumina. See the people know me now. 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 See the people know me now, man I do illumina. See the people know me now, man I do illumina. Shafi shocky dance galala. Shafi shocky dance galala. One before another one, tinny nitty tanan. One before another, one before another, one before another one, tinny nitty tanan. One before another one, tinny nitty tanan. Guess buckle up under me umbrella. Guess buckle up under me umbrella. Down on my messiah. Blink blink all over me pleasure. Still on the love of me pleasure. Still on the young man I never tire. I don't need the young man I never tire. I don't need the young man I never tire. I don't need to echo from me people come. I don't need to echo from me people come. I don't need to echo from me people come. Yeah. Not till the press engineer man you. Not till the press engineer man you. Alako I get the land of you. Oko tunaya go on you. Oko tunaya go on you. Now when I was to the element cover. Now when I was to the element cover. Jackie lele. Push out the go up. Push out the go up. Escape pumping oko ajoke. 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 Ajaku jayon si gobe. Ajaku jayon si gobe. Ajaku jayon si gobe. Sister Wampa, couple of money. Oko Miriam, show money. I desi waris, orikele. I desi waris, orikele. Kekere fanisha money. Kekere fanisha money. Me love them girls with no makeup. Cause I me love them girls with no makeup. Cause I go toast and only me go back up. Party day, oh yeah, everybody lock up. Party day, oh yeah, everybody lock up. Ding ding dong down on my weapon. Ding ding dong down on my weapon. I be blacky, couple of money. Them a the money, Okoruka. I'm a the money, Okoruka. I make longi, Okobasia. I dey do my things so when I dey look, I'm on no time. Already be here. This kind of physics where they worry everywhere. Young money boys, it's like a la jala. Every time 9.9 show up. Salajam come, shebi dadan. Young money boys, they kala. Just smart on the miss too good. Consider the mimi no the border. I'm fish marine when I was shaman. And this ragba, the bless one boy. Okoture, we go yam them where the bed do day. We go yam them where the bed do day. I made furniture money. I made furniture money. Oko kausala, Oko kausala, I fish like a man, always fresh and clean. Hello, my school boy, Oko blessing. I like a feather boy dancing your man. Scorpion, Baba, worries, no, yeah. Safety, money.
Don't you think they deserve? Where are you taking the bottles away? Let me do my own now. What's there? Is it not to stand on bottle? When I stand on bottle, normally you will come, we will roll. You understand? Your life will not remain the same again. Please celebrate these two young people. Many thanks. It is about the journey thus far. How far has Agatha come? To enjoy this documentary, and then we'll be right back after that. Maybe the lights will be out. The documentary, The Journey Thus Far.
For like you give me love, oh. Now you the catch my shot, oh. For your sake, I go.
recording day, I wake up, change into my exercise wear. I need to pump up the energy because I'll be standing all day. I then get all my stuff together, makeup and all that's going to be done in the office before the recording. Whatever shoes or clothes I'm going to be wearing, put it all together, have it packed into the car, and then I drive to the office. I sort of get my team together to know, okay, what's the issue? Do we have our panel complete? Audience, have they started arriving? When do you want me to start dressing up? Things like that. I just get a brief on what topics have been chosen. Usually I know beforehand, but just a refresher. Okay, so who are the panelists you have? What's their point of view? How are we looking at this? Things like that. When I first started, we used to have this, they used to insist I look African, which was totally not me, and they used to tie these really big scarves. But I thought, okay, if that's what the idea is, and okay, let's do that. But as the program evolved and I found my place and my space, I had to say, look, I want to do it my own way and do my own thing. I have a team that basically understand now what I want. They can almost do it themselves. Having worked with me for so long and come into the space where they understand how I think and what I want to achieve with any topic and the kind of topics that even interest me. Okay, so what are we treating today? This is a pre-recording session with my team. For every topic that we treat, we actually have to sit down, analyze it, know what we want to call it, and how we want to address that issue. Now, with the three women beside me, basically all I have to do is look pretty on sets because I sort of feed off them, know what their thoughts are, and then it is easy to flow. Now, having a team like that who understands the program, understands the vision, and knows my thought process makes my life a lot easier. We do a block shoot. So on a recording day, I record at least 3 episodes. Meaning that in order to get 13 episodes, I have to record 4 times, just 1 month. I mean, we've learned to be very proactive in terms of how we get our audience. That's the most difficult part of the program, to get people to come and sit down with you right through the entire day because they have to give up their day for you. And because that's our USP for Inside Out, we are nothing without our audience. We just become like any other program. It drives me crazy when my technical team don't get it right in the middle of a recording and they have to keep cutting, especially the sound people. I go totally crazy. Hearing someone tell their story and say, I was going to commit suicide. Your program. I'm a better person now. I'm an entrepreneur. I think it's time to step aside. And that is why, for my 20th anniversary, I took the decision that I will be stepping down from the program.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, was that you at the beginning in that headgear? I need that photograph. And I know where I'm taking it to. Wow. Wow. Mrs. Chimitebelu, that was your sister. Are you serious? Ah. All the glory be to God. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly recognize the presence of some very good people. I want to recognize the Managing Director, Founder, Media Fuse Aegis Network, Mr. Emeka Okeke is here with us. He's been of great support. Please, a round of applause for him. Let me recognize the Chairman and Managing Director of Out TV, Mr. and Mrs. Greg and Debbie Odutayo. You're most welcome. Someone does so well is people decide to make him an Oba. Please join me to welcome Kabiesi Oba Ayo Kukpolui of Starcom Media. Let me recognize the presence of the Executive Director, Media Investment of Media Reach OMD, and of course the Media Reach team. They're all here. Please, a big round of applause for them. Actually, for Media Reach, Amina warned me seriously, don't forget, you cannot try it. And I didn't forget. Many thanks. It is still a very beautiful evening, and I'm sure that, it's going well. One thing I can tell you is that you're going to be there for a few hours right here, but Agatha has been there on that show for 20 years. Wow, that's a long time. Okay, congratulations. But we're moving to, she's stepping down, someone is stepping up. Now we're moving to...
in how their society and future is shaped. And just as his limelight was pushed aside, 22, and next to... is highly talented, and whatever the person does, I'm not going to use always and whatever.
And my God, I missed that a lot. Honestly, wasn't too happy with the fact that in the course of 4 or 5 tasks that we've done here as well, dealing with that, picking yourself up, learning the lessons you need to learn, and moving on in life. Nobody's going to have a doubt in their hearts that I'm the right person, woman, for the job.
For me, I would say it's been an experience I personally cherish. There are so many things I thought I knew, but I learned quite a lot of things. It hasn't been smooth, I must confess. There have been challenges here and there. Most especially challenges with fulfilling the task. Each week comes with a new task. Each task comes with its own challenges. Number on my phone. Hey, oh God. I was deprived of my phone for months. In this 21st century. Hi, I missed some choice meals. Yeah, some really choice meals. Like, I like pounded yam, God knows. I miss that. What I didn't see coming in the task was the elimination process. It's still registered in my memory, the first elimination process. Wow. Even though I wasn't part of the team, that had to nominate each other, it shook me for days. And I guess it was one of the things that motivated me in this competition to give my very best. I really hope to win. Myself is my candidate, and I mean it.
Generally, it's been an amazing journey. I want to thank God for making me be here, pulling me through, because there were some Sundays that I would be like, I would pack everything because I'm like...
Far in the competition was when, I thought the judges would rate you based on your work and your input and all that, which they do. But then there's another extra, which is basically votes. That was hard. you know, knowing that you're going to have to cry out for votes and beg people, and then people are just going to shove it in your face that, why will I vote for you? After I vote for you, what will I get? So at this point in the competition, I don't doubt myself. I don't doubt what I'm able to do. I don't doubt the fact that people support me. I completely know that. I may not have enough votes, and well, eventually I hope I get enough votes to win this competition, because right now the only challenge I face is votes. My voting records has not been amazing, but irrespective of that, I refuse to be worried. I am confident in my talent, and I'm confident in the fact that I am passionate about people, and that
I assure you that the last 6 weeks have been very, very grueling for them. But before I tell you more about what we...
And the next presenter. Most people don't like listening to taxmen or tax talk. But when I met Agatha, she had certain questions. And most of the questions, and I believe her opinion was anti-tax, said not step aside, but as you let go, I am sure that Inside Out will continue to be a show that fulfilled your purpose so far, and I'm sure you have a lot more to do. God bless you.
You know, it was bad. This evening when I came into the hall, one young lady walked up to me. She said, I know you. I said, Emeka, I saw you on the show. With a lot of pride, I say to you that any one of these contestants can hold their own in the world of broadcasting anywhere. Many doctors in here. And right across from me, I have a distinguished doctor who has even functioned as a governor before. Oh, guys, you see them? Can you see their chest rising and falling faster than normal? Don't worry, there's no problem. You remember the first night you thought we were going to send somebody home, and we didn't. Right. Yes, now that was nice. And by the way, you all look so beautiful. So, so beautiful. Put your hands together for them. When they presented or recorded their final shows, each one of them was given the opportunity to function the way Agatha started off 20 years ago, doing it all by themselves, as in they were first the presenter, second the producer, third the organizer of the show, and fourth they had to scout for their own audience. Benny, she did it herself before. So you want to take over? Let's see you do it. Then we told them, when you have finished your recordings, we will upload on the internet, on YouTube, and ask people to judge you. Ladies and gentlemen, none of you is holding any stone now. One thing we didn't tell you was that we were still going to judge it ourselves. Sure, you know, remember that if it is your vision, you are the one who can drive it. Okay? We saw it. We reviewed all the presentations. And that individual I'm referring to, our faith, will step down from amongst the contestants tonight is Dapo Adegboye. Don't go, I need to step down, I think you step off. There's a difference between stepping down and stepping off. Oh. Right? Did you hear of the Molo in those days? One Ajabota Peking like that was going to school in Lasso for the first time. And they told her that just get to Urile, board a bus that's going to Okoko. She got onto the bus, and each time the bus got to the next bus stop, they would say, the conductor would say, Agboju, Bole. Those who knew where they were going would get down. First start, gate 1, Bole. Gate 2, Bole. When they got to Lasso, she was expecting them to call Lasso. They didn't call Lasso. You know what they called? Alabarago. So that's not where she was going. She went. And then they got to the final bus stop. What's the final bus stop in Lagos? Gbogboero. She now went to the conductor. Excuse me, I'm going to Lasso. Bulele itiwa. Gbogboero bolejo. Right now, Gbogboero, please go down. Except Dapo. Dapo, stay. Put your hands together for them. Now, Dapo is a budding talent. Dapo writes well. Dapo is pushful. Dapo knows how to organize. And I can say to you, Dapo, in this profession, if you have what you have, which is a sound brain, and you are pushful, you will go far. Come closer, please. Come closer. I'd like to ask you to say to me, in fact, to the audience, what your experience has been like and what you hope to
been with me through you and push you. My father believes in potential. My mom, she's an academic, and she would always instill discipline and respect. Thank you so much. God bless you. All right. I'd also like to say a big thank you to those that have supported me from the onset. God bless you. Now, my experience in the house has been awesome. There's a level you think you know so much, but then when you get to some certain areas, you realize you know nothing. The house has really humbled me. I remember the training sessions, the first lecture we had, all of us were just humbled. And then it went on. For me, the first eviction night was just, it was a wake-up call. And I thank God for the experience. I've also met wonderful people. My fellow housemates, they've been awesome. What's next for me? Proud to the search. I'm somebody I'm passionate about humanity and about the younger generation. It has always been my passion. And I remember the first time I saw the advertisement of the search. It was Auntie Agatha herself, Mommy Agatha. And I saw it on TV and I asked myself, can I do this? And then I saw it again on Teju Babyface show. I can't forget. And that gave me the conviction to go. But then after, I just had a personal conviction that this one will tell you where you're.
Who makes us proud of women? The president of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, an accountant, an industrialist, an economist. Please welcome a distinguished Nigerian, Chief Mrs. Nike Akonde, C-O-N-O-O-N. No, you need to celebrate her more than this. Outside Nigeria, they celebrate her better than this. She is a woman in whom we are well pleased. Uncle Epa to step up, don't just follow her. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, ably represented by his special assistant, special advisor on communities and communication. Your Excellency, Dr. Emmanuel Iduaga, former governor of Delta State, and Her Excellency, Mrs. Rolly Iduagan, the wife of the governor, not former wife. Your Excellency, the former Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Princess Sarah Shoson, OFR. You know, it's always nice to put the national honors if you know them. It's not easy to get national honors in Nigeria. Mr. Babatunde Fowler, Executive Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Services. Dr. Mrs. Ayoshobo Wale of Lagos State University, Reverend Mrs. Agatha Chukuma, Mr. Badejo Okusoya, and he observed. But with these very special people on my table, on the governor's table, I think I would like to recognize them. That was why I did this little recognition. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, they are all very distinguished here. The vigilant press. I am greatly delighted and honored this evening to be part of the celebration of a significant milestone. This is a memorable evening to celebrate a young lady of distinction. That is Agatha Amata. Please clap for her. The program Inside Out with Agatha is a household program which has been on the airwaves over the last 20 years. This is clearly not an easy thing to do. Agatha has demonstrated commitment, consistency, drive, energy, hard work, creativity, and passion to make this happen. Please give her another round of applause. The economic challenges of the recent past, I am pleased to note that through the program, Inside Out with Agatha, she has been able to impact the lives of many youths. She has inspired them, and she has shaped their thinking in positive ways. The program has gained tremendous audience over the past 20 years. This is an evidence of the value that the viewers derive from watching it. I also watch it. Even the last one, I think it was on Sunday, I watched it. I congratulate Agatha Amata for what she has achieved over the last 2 decades. I know that her compliments go beyond the Inside Out program. She has achieved a great deal in many areas. We give glory to Almighty God for making all this possible. We also thank and congratulate all those that have supported her in her journey over the past 2 decades. Like in many endeavors, she must have experienced some ups and downs, but we give God the glory that she has stayed anniversary gala night, not a place for long speeches. I would like to once again congratulate Agatha on the occasion of the 20th anniversary gala. I thank you all for your kind attention. Please enjoy the evening. Thank you.
You want to join me to celebrate again a 2-time minister
called Pitfall is this. Pick the most important personalities there, and they're usually Your Excellencies. The next most important, ladies and gentlemen. Dive into your speech and have a smooth drive. Put your hands together for the remaining 4 contestants now as they come back. Rock into this stage.
What's my life, my life? After all this,
I Formula 1 car that night. And she kept, I said, Kilo Day. And when eventually we announced who would go, she went, because we had saved her first. Yet she felt for the person who would go. As I said to you, we reviewed everything you did. We found all of you fit and capable of presenting or anchoring this show. But you know, we're looking for one person. And when you're in that, you know, if I start saying he, you know it's Charles. But I'll be saying she. I'm not one of those people who don't know when to say she. I really know when to say she. This young lady, somewhere up north, she holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in law. This lady also knows how to carry herself, and she holds her own. Please put your hands together, even if I'm asking her to step aside. 9th of November, 1990. Only girl in a family of 4. She hails from Kwara State of her local government, Ibukun Adesoye. She's the next to step down. And this Charles, he knows how to hug the girls, eh? You sabi hug, go. Ibukun, please. Okay, let me.
Inasaba. I'm glad to be here tonight to talk about. I was just reminded about that hairgear. Then, of course, the afro. After the hairgear, there was one big afro before the various hairdos. Now, why I wanted to talk about Fowler was that in watching Inside Out as a governor, I saw a lot of programs coming from Lagos State, both coming about the tax. You know, they were always talking about tax, many of them. There were some other programs, but it was mainly tax issues, encourage people to pay taxes and all that. And what I found, Leko, I better make Agatha hear me well, no vex. Found very interesting, but will interest you there, it's like expressway. The water, it doesn't require drainage. The water just runs. But drive past the road the next day, you might see that it is waterlogged. So that's the kind of thing you see while you're in government. But what I found about the Inside Out was that it had a crowd that was talking about the Lagos State government. That was the interesting part of it. And I said, we want to have this kind of program in Delta. At least I'll be watching it and be hearing the other side of government that my officials are not telling me. So I started looking for this girl they call Agatha Mata. I didn't know who knew her. I didn't know who could get to her. But fortunately, we organized a South-South Summit. I can't remember the year now, South-South Summit. And there was a side show of the South-South Summit for youths on ICT. You know, so I left the main hall in the afternoon, and I went to the place where the youths were doing their ICT program. Now, just before I entered, I saw this young lady, jeans trousers, white t-shirt, white with blue stripes. And I looked at the face. I had passed. I said, come, are you not Agatha? She said, yes. You're the one I've been looking for. You know, that was how I met her. And that I'm interested in your program. She said, oh, that she was on her way to the airport. She has to leave that day. I said, you can't go. You know, sir, I be governor. Governor get power. You can't go. So I used my executive power to insist that she had to stay. And I said, who do you know in Asaba? You know, she said she knows RMD. I said, okay, tell RMD that RMD should bring you to the house later. That was how RMD brought her. And we discussed this program. And I told her my frustration, you know, about always hearing things that people think that's what I want to hear. So she said, okay, that she would see what she can do with the Inside Out. That was how she started Inside Out in Delta. But I don't think she dropped the Lagos one. Agatha, did you drop Lagos? You still continue with Lagos? Yeah, so it was Lagos, Delta. And you see, the thing I also insisted that she had to come to Delta to be recording anything about Delta. You cannot be recording from Lagos. So that's what she was doing. Now, what that program did was to expose a lot of things about Delta, because it was not just the audience participation, but she also added another part of it, which is to showcase our projects and programs. So we're on AIT, we're on channels, which are these two stations in London. There were two stations in London that Vox and one other program. You know, we're on Lagos television. On every week, at least, you will see Delta, the things we're doing on television. So that's how she exposed the things we're doing in Delta. So much so that there was a day I entered the vice president's office, and he told me, Governor Nawal, every time he was a keen watcher of our program on AIT, because that was in the morning during working hours. So he was always watching our program. He said, you're doing a lot. He didn't know we were doing a lot. But the more interesting one was when I went to France. As we left the airport, we entered a cab with my protocol officer was sitting in front. I was sitting at the back. The driver was a Nigerian. I think it's from one of the western states. And while they were discussing, my protocol officer said he's from Delta. Oh, the man started talking about Delta. So my protocol officer said, how do you know it's about Delta so much? So I used to watch Delta on Vox and the other one. I've forgotten the name of the other station now. Ben TV. That I used to watch Delta on Ben TV, and that we're doing a lot. You know, so they continued gisting, and it was when I was coming down that my protocol officer now told him, that is the governor of the state. That, but I walked, and I just walked away. But that is how far Agatha exposed the projects we're doing in Delta. Agatha, simple, especially with her clothing. She doesn't wear sophisticated clothes. But she's a great investor. We had a recording program today for about 4 hours. And she was on her feet for those 4 hours. And I had to make her tell the youths today, you know, how to grab opportunities. Because a lot of our youths, they just want handouts. They come to meet you for help. And what is that help? Dash me money. You know, but that is not what the help should be. I want to believe that the help should be, which we all agreed at the panel today, was that those who, like Dr. Mr. Kande, should mentor younger ones, not by dashing them money, but by telling them their experiences in life, how they got to where they have been, the ups and downs. And I think a lot of our youths left the place very satisfied. And I was very happy because I had been begging Agatha that I wanted to be part of that program. She refused. But today, her last day, she agreed to make me part of that program. I was very happy because there were a lot of youths in the hall. I think the hall was somewhere there. A lot of youths in the hall today. And that knowledge was fully impacted into the youth. So one of our investments was the television program, RIG TV. And she invited me to come and commission the TV. I was very sad. Yeah. I commissioned it, but I was very sad. I told her that I was very sad. She said, why? I said, why will you put this television in Lagos? After all, you're from Delta. You know, so, well, she tried to beg me. I became happy. She said she would do something in Delta. And lo and behold, she now did the radio, the trend radio in Delta, which is the Ravi radio in Delta today. It was after that I became happy. I have not commissioned it. I won't commission it again. Okay. You don't hear now. They could have a chance me. But I'm happy that at least she has an investment in Delta State, and that is a radio. And I use her as an example of a Deltan who invested in the state. So that's Agatha for you. Stay Lagos, they do we will allow you to stay here, but your state is Delta State, and you must continue to invest in Delta State. Congratulations, and God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep clapping as His Excellency.
I wonder why Governor of Delta State. You should have done third term so that I'll meet you there. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we want to quickly appreciate some of the organizations that have powered this event today. And then we start.
Of this event tonight, please put your hands together for
body, ably represented by Special Advisor, Honorable Ken.